Hey guys, this is Weathercast 100 here. Right now we're looking at a loop of Hurricane Igor, and it's gaining strength once again. It is now has winds up to 145 miles an hour after weakening overnight, going through an eyewall replacement process, and having its winds fall to 135 miles an hour. Right now, here is its winds and central pressure and location. Right now, movement is off to the west-northwest at 8 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure is 933 millibars. Winds are at 145 miles an hour, and I do expect those to increase, possibly all the way up to Category 5 status, because as you can see, that convection was wrapping around the storm quite nicely, and it looks very well defined. It has it downgraded, by Saturday with winds at 125 miles an hour, and then by Sunday down to 115. Now that earlier they had it downgraded to a Category 2 by Sunday, but I think it'll maintain Category 4, Category 3 status all the way up through 30, maybe even 35 north. Somewhere around that general area. Bermuda needs to be watching this pretty closely, because this probably will come just slightly to the west of you, and you may get the the northeast side of the storm, and that's the worst part of the storm to be in. So just watch that. Here's what the models are doing. As you can see, they're taking it off to the northwest, then off to the north, and then eventually off to the northeast and out to sea. This may be a little bit further west than they're thinking, but as of right now, I don't really have too much disagreement with this at all. Basically, here's a slimmed down version of all those models. As you can see, it just takes it right out to sea over the next coming days. But the only place that really needs to be watching this is Bermuda. Maybe the northern Leeward Islands here if it comes just a bit further south. I've been stressing that recently, and I think they do need to be watching that just a little bit though. Right now we have a new tropical storm to talk about. Tropical Storm Karl in the Caribbean has just been named, and matter of fact, just so recently been named that on my website here I haven't even had time to update it to Tropical Storm Karl. And as you can see, the satellite imagery for that looking not too shabby. It's going to move over the Yucatan, weaken to a tropical depression, then move back into the Gulf, and strengthen probably all the way up to a minimal hurricane. Here's a projected path for Karl. As you can see, it takes it over the Yucatan, and it has, it weakens it to a tropical depression, moves off the Yucatan, and strengthens it all the way up to 65 miles an hour. But I think it will make landfall somewhere probably more towards the northern part of this cone, because the models are going to have to make corrections northward as this ridge starts to move off to the east. But it probably will be a Category 1, possibly Category 2 hurricane. This will be a mix in terms of strength, probably of maybe Hermine and Alex in this area. So probably strong Category 1, weak Category 2 storm out of this. Here's what the models are doing with it. As you can see, they just take it off to the off to the west, and then I think they're a bit farther south. I'd go with these more northerly models if I was anyone watching near Brownsville or down near northern Mexico or anything like that. Hurricane Julia, as you can see, the models are taking it off to the north pretty quickly and just basically killing it in the Atlantic. This is a fish storm. No one really needs to worry about Julia whatsoever. Satellite imagery for this, as you can see, looking pretty healthy on satellite. A lot of deep convection over the center and nice outflow bands off to the east. Projected path for this, it keeps it at a Category 1 hurricane. I think it probably might make it up to a Category 2, maybe even briefly a Category 3 hurricane, somewhere in this area as it crosses 20 north. We'll see what happens with that depending on wind shear and whether it entrains any dry air. Right now pressure is at 982 millibars, movement off to the west-northwest at 9 miles per hour, and winds are at 85 miles an hour. So alright guys, it's a tropical update for 8:44 p.m. I think it's Tuesday actually. Yeah, Tuesday 9/14/2010. Alright guys, Weathercast 100.